So it all started with mom and dad in Mexico. Mom was sweeping the floor outside like nothing, and then dad came along and fell in love at first sight. She wasn't too fond of him, but soon enough he kept bugging her and everything, and she grew fond of him, and they were together and in love. So this was a good relationship for a couple of years until something happened 3 years later and they got into a big problem and they broke up. So mom decided to leave to New York while he stayed in Mexico. Of course, they were both heartbroken, but it had to be done. But then again, dad couldn't help it and went back to New York to look for her. Soon, mom was pregnant, and of course, they stayed together. March 1989, something happened that day. Since mom was already pregnant, um, the baby decided to come out. And it was on this day, the day of Family Day. It was a Sunday when they decided to go to the Empire State Building. You know, having fun, walking along like nothing with the whole family. Grandma was actually in town when suddenly mom wasn't feeling good. Yep, the baby decided to kick. Wrong timing, baby. So they ran down to the MTA, which is a subway in New York, and went into the train. And soon they were heading to the hospital. Of course, the little baby came out, and yay, that was me. Dad was happy. I was the first child to mom, of course. Dad already had a baby in Mexico by that time. So soon we were living in an apartment with 7 people. It was a lot of people. You know, it's never too easy. We were sleeping on a couch. It was mom, dad, and me sleeping on a couch. And they weren't comfortable. So they got a new apartment, and yay, I was happy. I was bigger. I had more room to play. Soon, mom was pregnant again. I was happy. She wasn't too happy because it was kind of hard those days. And then I had my little sister on October 7, 1994. But then mom said she couldn't actually deal with it, so she sent me to Mexico for 6 months. I was heartbroken. I had to break up with my little sister. So I was in kindergarten for a few months over there, and I made new friends. It was cool. You know, I had fun. I learned a lot of new things. So I came back to New York, and guess what? My little sister didn't recognize me. She was like, "Who's this girl right here?" And I was sad that she didn't recognize me. But then I put on my favorite PJs that I would always wear before I left, and she recognized me. And yes, we were back together. Yay! Me and my best friend. So we didn't have enough room in the room, so we slept in a crib. I was 6 or 7. She was a baby or a toddler, and we were sleeping together. So school came along in New York, and I was kind of always bullied. First, second, third, fourth, fifth grade, I was bullied. So then one day, mom and dad started making more money than usual, and they bought a house, a big house. By that time, my mom had another baby, and it was my other little sister. I was so happy I would get my own room. Well, actually, not my own room. I was sharing my little sister, but that still was better than nothing, like back then. So I was 11 years old, and something weird happened. I got my first boyfriend, but that didn't really last long. So I was heartbroken, and I was only 11. I know, don't even ask. So by 12 years old, I had my first job at my parents' store actually, and I was cashiering all the time. When one day a worker told me, he was like, "Hey, somebody's asking for you and asked me for your number." I was like, "What? Who's this person?" He was like, "This guy, he always comes." I really did not remember. I didn't really pay mind to the customers, you know? But one day I get a weird phone call, and it was this boy. I told him, "Call me back in an hour." He never called back. I was like sad, but whatever. I mean, I didn't even know who it was. When one day, these two guys came along, a younger and an older guy. And then this guy was like, "Yo, that's the guy, that's the guy." So I was like, "Ooh, he is cute. Ask him for his number." So he asked me for his number, and I was hyped because I thought that guy was so cute. By that time, I was 13. So I called him up like the next day, and we decided to meet up. And we were on the phone for like, I don't know how many hours, but we made a meetup day on August 6, 2002. he came along to see me at my job, and we were crushing on each other. Soon we were kissing. I know, first day, such a slut. But we had our first kiss at my job. I was so happy. And in love. It was like love at first sight for me. We were boyfriend and girlfriend on that same day. So high school came along. Ugh, high school was such a trip. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the best student at all. I was always doing bad things in freshman year. I thought it was so much fun because, nobody kept track of what you were doing. I made friends. They would tell me, hey, let's go somewhere for class. Sorry for the cursing word. Let's go out and go eat pizza, go to hooky parties, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh. But that didn't really last long. My mom soon found out and sent me to private school. Ugh, yes, I was back in private school. I was happy though. I mean, it was more of my atmosphere and I made new friends and I loved it. I had my new best friends in school and I was never not going to class. Yes, it was fun for me. Soon, my sweet 15 came along, mis 15 años. I was so happy. I was like the center of attention for that day and there was a lot of people at my party. It was so much fun. Half of the people I didn't know, but the other half were my friends from school, so I was happy. So MySpace was like the thing back then, and I loved it. And I loved it when one day I discovered Chicano rap. Yep, Chicano rap. I was like, what is this? Soon I wanted to do my own rap. My mom was like, what? I was like, please, mommy, give me a mic. I need a mic. I need to do something with this new talent that I think I discovered on myself. So soon I put the mic on the computer and I started my own music. And suddenly, like the next day, I had like 500 plays. So I was obsessed with AOL, LimeWire, YouTube, MySpace. That was my thing. And people were giving me such good feedback that I would love doing music at home with like my little microphone and everything. So I didn't really have that many friends by the end of high school. I lost most of the friends that I made in the beginning, but it was alright. I mean, I got through it. Soon I was graduating high school. It was kind of sad because I felt like I was going into a whole new world. But at 18 years old, my daddy got me my first car. Yup, I was so happy. I had my new license. I had a new car, and it was the perfect car that I always wanted. It was a sports car, a Pontiac Firebird. Yup. So my dad was like, yep, I'm getting you your car. I felt so cool. Of course, I was 18 in a car. Yep, I was gonna be balling. That's what I thought. But then I was in college. Soon I was graduating college. I don't know where the years have gone. Like, everything was going so quick for me. And soon after college, real life is hard. Like, people don't know how lucky they are if they're still in school. Take advantage, kids, because school is not so bad as it seems. Soon I'm an intern in New York in a big company, so I'm okay. I'm happy. And then remember that boyfriend from August 6, 2002? Well, let me tell you. On January 4th, 2013, he decided to propose. Oh my god, I was like so shocked and happy and everything. And it was on his birthday party, so I would have never guessed. I thought it was just his party. And he proposed on stage in front of a whole bunch of people. And it was live on the radio because the DJ was live that day. So, of course, I was shocked. I was actually trembling, but I was so happy. And of course, come on, what do you think I said? Yes. I was so happy. I was like, yes, 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 yes. And we're now engaged. Yep. 10 years later, in love, engaged, and waiting for that big day. For now, I'm just doing this new little business of photo and video, and just looking forward to having a good future in that. But the only real thing I'm actually knowing that it's gonna happen is that big day on August 8, 2014, the day of my wedding with my fiance. Anyway, guys, mwah, thanks for watching and then subscribing to my channel. I love you guys so much and hope you guys enjoy this quick little video of myself. Bye, guys.